Dreamcatcher, a party game that uses weird art on cards and touch. Let me show you. In Dreamcatcher, you have a deck of, for lack of better words, Dixit cards. I mean, they're Dreamcatcher, but just weird, different paintings and unusual things, or I don't know why there's squid in my drink, but just weird pictures like that. But you also have a deck here of cards that have different symbols on them, and it's kind of hard to tell from the camera angle, but these are slightly raised, and you can feel them a little bit, the raised outline of these. So the gameplay is pretty simple. On a player's turn, one person's going to go at a time. It's a cooperative game, and they're going to draw 4 cards. They're going to pick one of these cards, and they have a handful of these symbol cards, and they're going to pick some of those symbols and hand them out to the players. And then they're going to be trying to get players to pick one of these cards here. You'll put a cloud underneath each of these. Players are going to feel the cards. They're not allowed to look at them, just feel it, and then try to guess what card it is. If there's not enough cards to go around sometimes, and so then you can pass your card to someone else and they can feel it too. And I'm like, I think this is a hammer. What is it? It is a hammer, but that's because I saw it. And then, okay, so I think a hammer. What here would a hammer refer to? This guy might have tools, so it's a hammer. So we all agree on that. We flip it. Nope. We lose one of these tokens, and we keep going. If you turn over the right one, you'll flip one of these tokens to the other side. And you keep going till all the tokens are flipped or discard it, so essentially 9 rounds. And then you see how many points you have, and the rule book will tell you how good your score was. That's the game. There are a lot of Dixit-style games. Some are competitive, some are cooperative. This is one that's cooperative. The art on these cards is fine. It's kind of funny because we have these Dixit cards. When people first saw Dixit cards, we're like, wow, these are so weird and unique. These are weird and unique, but not quite. It feels like they're a copy of a Dixit card, if that makes sense. Like someone tried to imitate that style. And while they work for the game and they're fine, they're not as good. There's 2 major problems with this game. One is that touch stuff is unbelievably hard. Now, I suppose you might argue that the game would be good for someone who can read Braille. My kids were asking about that, but then they couldn't see the picture. So that's a problem. But feeling these, you're like, and you're just spending so much time feeling, I think it's a hammer. I think this is 3 dots in a row. All these weird things. And then, so that's kind of like, eh. And then you're like, okay, now I have 3 dots. How does that even affect one of these pictures here? And that's what I don't get about this game at all. Because you can hand out 1 or more cards, but the cards often have nothing to do with any of the pictures. So it's just random. You'll be like, well, this one is 3 dots, and this guy has 2 eyes and a nose, so that's 3 dots. I don't know what else to tell you. And it just falls apart. I can't see this one taking off at all. I did not really like it. This one I'm giving a 4 out of 10 to.